before we get started, let's check out the links in my description. We all want nice things. We want the car, we want a house, we want a high limit credit card. But if you don't have at least a 680 credit score, you're not even in the game. So click this link here to know where you stand and get your free credit scores from all three bureaus. That will be Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And also get your reports. If you would like to be free and become financially independent through entrepreneurship, click this link here to be free. If you'd like to get cash back, which is a discount during shopping, please click this link here to see my favorite cashback sites. And if you enjoy the music you hear in the background, please click the link here and subscribe to It's Oasis. Hello everyone, welcome back to Community Wealth. Today I want to talk about what's going to happen in the next coming months. What's going to happen in the next couple of months? We all know that the SBA pandemic relief programs are done. That's the PPP and the EIDL. And before we get into that, if you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports for all three bureaus, Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week using your vehicle on your time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. Now, if you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own, you can click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below, and that way you can use the hire car to then go out and Wealth Dash by signing up for Wealth Dasher and still make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your time. You want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500? Click the Be Free link in the description below and then click Sign Up. You want to get cash back on your online purchases? Click the Cashback link in the description below. And there's a new credit card in town. Yes, there's a new credit card available. It's the Aspiration Zero credit card, where you get $300 for a $3,000 spend on your first 90 days. And you can sign up by clicking the Aspiration link below. Now let's get into it. Again, as we know, SBA pandemic relief programs are done. That's the PPP and the EIDL. But since that's done, I also made a video about how you can go about, hey, if you didn't get it, and even if you did get it, how you can, get access to funding and create income by flipping products. Okay. And of course, I talk about the credit situation, how you can build yourself up, build up your credit profile to help you access funding. Okay. And that's, you could start by, getting your aspiration card or a subprime card like First Premier or something like that. Okay. And you can know what's on your credit reports by clicking the credit monitoring link and get your credit reports and everything. All right. But outside of that, what's coming up is tax season. That's what's coming up. That's the whole point of this video. It's tax season. All right. In case you're wondering what I mean about the tax season, there was a lot of stuff going on last year, as you know, with these pandemic relief programs. A lot of bogus applications. All right. A lot of funds being dispersed for people who shouldn't have got it. All right. I'm going to go over a little bit right now about what was happening. I'm not going to dwell on that because I want to get to this tax situation. All right. But let's go into a couple of articles. All right. Right here on CNBC website, there's an article that came out December 21st. Criminals have stolen nearly $100 billion in COVID relief funds. All right. $100 billion been stolen. All right. 100 billion. That's a lot of money. All right. That's probably why people who couldn't people couldn't get it who actually deserved it. A lot of people didn't get it. Now I've got plenty of videos of, showing you that I received the PPP funds, I received the grants and everything, but I have a legitimate business. I've been filing taxes for this particular business since 2018. I had this business since 2018. I have Schedule C's and all of that. For the targeted advance and the supplemental advance, I had to fill out a 4506T where they pull my tax records. On top of, I had to submit my tax records. It wasn't made up, it's already in the system. Because if they would have pulled a 4506T and there was nothing there, but then I sent in tax records, that would have shut that whole thing down right there. I would have got a phone call. Alright? So apparently there was something there. They had to pull it themselves. Alright? So again, I have a legitimate business, but there are so many that haven't. Okay, so many people that didn't have a legitimate business. All right, and I'm gonna get into the whole tax thing in a second, but check this out. This is amazing. An attorney. How much money this dude got? I didn't even read this. I just pulled this up because I saw this. How much money this dude got? Let's see. He sought $62,500. Yeah, $41,600. So that's over $100,000 just right there. All right, and I've seen so many things. I've been watching videos of this stuff. It's kind of like, wow. So that's what prompted me to do this video, because I want to get into what's about to go down. All right, this was an attorney in Philadelphia, $100,000. Okay, now this is what's about to happen in the next few months. These are the guys you're going to be dealing with right here. These are the guys right here, the IRS. Because of this tax situation about to go down. Tax season is coming up. This is what's going to catch a lot of people. This is actually what caught people last year when the first series of PPPs was going out in 2020, when it was just net income. Okay. Then they changed the gross income in mid 2021. And I'm gonna speak on that in a second too. But this right here, you see this? These are comments on my videos. Stuff like this. These guys like Hacker Brown, these dudes right here, a lot of this went into that $100 billion in fraud. Because what I've just found out, what I'm thinking is happening, what I just found out what I found out got me to thinking about these little comments on my videos. When you respond to these dudes, I saw a couple people responding, and I had to check them out like, hey, they'll stop responding to these cats. Alright? When you respond to these dudes, they get you to do a little something, and they're gonna say, I got 5,000, you gonna get 10. So when they say they got 5,000 and 10,000, stuff like that, yeah, they may give you 5 and 10,000, but they're using your information to get tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're giving you 5 to 10,000. So you get 5 to 10,000 while they run away somewhere in another country with $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. But you thought you were doing good responding to these spam crazy comments. You don't respond to somebody who named Hacker Brown. Come on now, that's just common sense. But I guess if you're in a desperate situation, you're like, oh well, this hacker can give me some money real quick. And yeah, you probably didn't think much about it, but I mean that's crazy. And then the people who say the SBA is not commenting on no YouTube videos. You know what I'm saying? The government ain't commenting on YouTube videos. You know what I mean? So when you responded to somebody who has an SBA profile pic and all that stuff, talking about he's an agent, you know, come on now, you should know. So I got to come in and post comments. Hey, stop responding to these people. All right, stop it. Not just leave them there now. I got tired of deleting them. You know, so now I just say, hey, don't respond to these people. All right. I think a lot of you got it, but there are a lot of people who still didn't. I still see people responding to them, you know. But anyway, let me go back here. Here's the situation with the taxes, okay? With the taxes, all right? I'm gonna just go by just last year. Let me start off with going by last year, okay? You probably couldn't get it in 2020 because it was net income. And maybe you did, because I know people who got it with net income. I know, but it was like you had to get somebody to get involved, where they contact you somehow, and you end up doing the PPP loan through this person, and they taking 10% of your money. All right, they getting like 10 to 15% of this money. All right. Now, here's the problem with that. Then again, I'm gonna stay on 2021. So you got this money. Let's just say you filed taxes last year for 2020, and you got this PPP money in 2020. Or let's just say about $19,000. Just say 19. It's a round number, and I knew somebody who got it. That's why I said that number. You filed taxes for 2020. All you did was work at a regular job. You're probably making, let's just say, $15 an hour. And somebody contacted you summer of 2020, say, hey, I can get you a PPP loan, and I'll say how much I can get you. You get them your information, social security number and everything. They get you $19,000. To get that $19,000 on net, you had to say you made around $100,000 or so anyway. They got you this $19,000. When you filed your taxes on your $15 an hour, there was no business on that tax return. You didn't file a Schedule C. You didn't register a business. You didn't do anything to generate that income. You just all of a sudden put in this information just a few months prior, saying you made $80,000 to $100,000 plus dollars. But then on your tax return, you're making $15 an hour, maybe 35 hours a week. You don't think that's going to come back on you eventually if they haven't called you already or sent you a letter? That's a problem. Now, let's stay on you filing taxes. Again, you're working at Dollar Tree, or let's just say a grocery store or whatever. Let's stick with the $15 an hour. You didn't do anything last year. You didn't get unemployment. You didn't, because you were still working. The store was still open. You didn't do any side gigs or anything, right? So you file your taxes on $15 an hour. Let's just say you made roughly, let's just say $28,000 a year. $28,000 last year. Let's say $28,000. Let's say that. And if my math wrong, just straighten it out, because I'm just going off this on top of my head. So $28,000, and you filed that for your taxes last year. Last year or 2021, you filed your taxes $28,000 for 2022. You was in 2020. You worked in 2020. You filed your 2020 taxes 2021. You say $28,000. You probably got some kids. So let's just say with the kids, you probably got, earned income credit, child tax credit, all that good stuff. But we're going to focus on the fact that you just filed these regular taxes, your regular 1040A or 1040 easy, whatever you did. You got your tax return. And remember, this was before the gross income PPP. So now gross income PPP come around. And somebody say, hey, look, I can get you $20,000. Remember, you just filed your taxes. Just filed your taxes on $15 an hour, $28,000 a year, earned income credit, child tax credit, all that. You just filed your taxes in, let's just say, February, March. Here comes April. Somebody say, I can get you $20,000. So you say, cool, go ahead. Remember, you got to pay them 10% though. All right, 10 to 15%. So to do your taxes, you get them $2,500, right? You say $2,500, $3,000, whatever it is, whatever the number is, you give them that. You walk away with $18,000 to $17,000, right? But guess what they had to say for you to get that 20 G's? They had to say you made $100,000 and you had a business in 2019 and 2020. You didn't have a business. Remember, you just filed taxes a couple of months prior. Your taxes were just on $28,000. What if this mythical Schedule C come from? This business you said you had, or this independent contractor, whatever the case. Where did this come from? Where did this $100,000 come from that you said you had in 2019 before the pandemic, which and it goes up to February 2020? Where did this come from? You just filed your taxes. So all of a sudden, you had gross revenues of $100,000. That's what you trying to tell us? Or I'm not tell us, but tell them. Right? That's what's happening. And then you didn't get it forgiven. Or even if you did, let's just say you got it forgiven. Let's just go with you got it forgiven. Right? They forgave it. But now you got to file taxes again. There was no 50,000 because you probably didn't make 100,000 because you know the money didn't pan out. I mean, you got the money, but it didn't work out. You didn't generate the 100,000 again yet. You're still trying to get back on track because that's what the PPP is for, right? Payroll and all that, right? Because you use the most for payroll supposedly. If you're a Schedule C, you use the most for payroll. All right. By the amount, 100% payroll. So you use it for payroll, right? So now you didn't have a business account. There was no Schedule C. You don't even have an EIN or anything. Came with some business name out of the blue. So you didn't have a business in 2020 or 2019, but yet, after you filed taxes of $28,000 saying you work at Dollar Tree or a grocery store or whatever, right? So after you filed taxes, all of a sudden, oh yeah, you know what? I did have a business in 2019, 2020. And it made $100,000. Right? That's what you're telling them. And then you send paperwork in to get it forgiven. Let's just say they went ahead and forgave it. Let's just say that. I don't think it would get forgiven if it was fraudulent, but I mean, let's just say they did because I don't know nothing about that. Nobody's going to tell me, hey, you know, I had a bogus PPP loan and it got forgiven. They're not going to say that. They're not going to tell me that. So I don't know. But let's just say they did forgive it. Let's just say they did. So not only did you give them bogus paperwork of this business out the blue after you filed taxes, now you got it forgiven and you got to file taxes again. Now let's just say, okay, you got this business where you say you made $100,000. We gave you 20. So who did you pay? Where's the payroll? Even if it's a Schedule C, you had to send the money to yourself. There's no business account. You had to send the money to yourself. So it went to your Chime account or whatever account you had, Venmo, regular checking account. You know what I'm saying? Probably a prepaid card or whatever. I don't know what y'all using. I don't know. You could have a good bank, could be Chase. It doesn't matter. There's no business account. There's no EIN. No Schedule C. None of that stuff. All right? There's no real revenue. So now you got to file taxes again. You still got your job. You still at Dollar Tree. So you have all that same information. Don't know anything about filing taxes, you know, for a single member LLC or sole proprietor, independent contractor, Schedule C, none of that. You know nothing about that stuff. And check this out. Here's the other crazy part about it. Because remember, you don't know that the person said you made $100,000 because you had somebody do it for you. So you don't even know what they put. You have no idea what the business is. That's some of the stuff I've been seeing. The investigators come by. They don't even know what kind of business they said they had. They had to have no clue. They just got some money in their account. No clue whatsoever. They know nothing. They know they gave somebody $2,000 to $3,000 to do it for them. They walk away with $17,000. Have no idea what's even on the paperwork. They don't know nothing. But now you got to file taxes again. You don't even know what to put on his paperwork. You don't even know that you have to do it because you're thinking since it's forgiven, I don't have to worry about it. Yes, you do. And obviously, more than likely, you blew the money. You blew it. Now, if you spent the money on necessities and things like that, that's even okay if you did it the right way, because remember, you paid yourself. So you are the employee. So you paid yourself. So it's just like if Dollar Tree pay you, you can use the money on whatever you want, bills and stuff, because that's your pay. Remember, your business paid you. So if you've done it the right way, that's fine. But most people didn't do it like that. Most of the people didn't know what they were doing. Most of the people had somebody else do everything. And I'm pretty sure the person didn't even say, just pay yourself. I'm pretty sure they didn't even say that. And even if they did, it doesn't matter, because the business doesn't even exist. No real revenue, nothing whatsoever. So whether you paid yourself through one weird account to another, no, checking account to another checking account to say, whatever you did, however you did it, it doesn't even matter, because it's false. There's nothing there. It's bogus. It's fraudulent. All right. So that's the problem we're going to have with this IRS stuff. And there's probably even more to it. I'm just going by what I know from me, what I did last year, as far as, well, actually what I've been doing in the past. So for this business, I've been doing this stuff since 2007. I'm talking about since this past business from 2018, what I've been doing. I'm going off of how I did it. So I know what I have to put in for taxes. I know what form I have to file. I know all. That's what I know. I'm going by that. All the other stuff, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a tax accountant. I'm not a CPA. None of that. I just know what I do. So I'm not even trying to give you advice on finances. I'm just trying to tell you how it's going to look and how it's looking now if they're not looking at you and you did what you weren't supposed to be doing. That's all I'm saying. And it's not going to look good, and it's going to happen. Remember, you have to file taxes again. You did it last year, no business. PPP comes for gross, and all of a sudden, you say, oh, I had this business. $100,000. Remember, you didn't say it, though. You don't know what the person did. $100,000. $20,000. You only got 17. This person walked away scot-free. You probably even know who this person was. Now you walking around with this 17 G's, you just spending on whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even with the EIDL, I heard some people, saying, "Hey, I can get you money with the EIDL too." Not only they give you bogus $20,000 for the PPP, then they're gonna say they can get you the EIDL for $100,000, $150,000. Man, what the heck? You really trying to get in trouble? You know what I'm saying? That's crazy talk. Oh man, I don't know. I said that the grants were a little tougher. Some people said they were easier. The loans was a little easier, but the grants was a little tougher because, again, once they changed everything over to the supplemental targeted, and once they changed everything to the targeted advanced and the supplemental target, they wanted more information. But when they first started doing the supplemental, it was still kind of easy. Remember when they first started doing the targeted, but when they first started doing the EIDL advance in 2020, it was kind of easy, but then they changed it from 10,000 to 1,000. So then people was lying about the 10 employees trying to get $10,000. It's just all types of crazy stuff was happening. Even those people are going to get it. They're going to say, hey, where are these 10 employees at? They still got to file taxes. Yeah, that may have been a grant, but think about it. If you said you had a business with 10 employees, and then you filing taxes with no business, no Schedule C, nothing, they're gonna backtrack that and say, wait a minute, what's your social security number? What's this? Where these 10 employees go? You see what I'm saying? Where this business at? Then they're gonna start looking, they never had a business. You know what I'm saying? So it's just all types of stuff happening, all right? But again, hope you haven't did it. If you did it, remember they're about to cross-reference all over again like they did last year with this tax situation. And since they're not even trying to push the programs anymore, they're just funding the application for the EIDL that came in by December 31st. Now they're about to really start checking you out. On top of, they have a task force. They're hiring contractors. So there's like a whole bunch of stuff going on right now, you know. So hopefully everything works out. You know, it's not going to be a whole bunch of stuff, you know, blowing back on people. But I mean, it's really not looking good right now. A whole bunch of fraud. We're talking about $100 billion. And then even a lot of that went out of the country. So, I mean, hey, they got to track down all of this stuff. Taxes, everything is going, I mean, even our taxes going to go up that we got to pay because of all of this stuff too. Inflation is crazy. But anyway, hope this information helped you out. Hope you're not one of those ones doing the fraud stuff. If you are, let's just hope, you know, it's not so bad. Just got to pay the money back. All right. Oh yeah, that too. You're going to have to pay that money back even if it haven't got forgiven. Like the person I told you I know about that did the 19. You know what I'm saying? Even that person, they're going to start paying that back eventually. Because then she just gave the person $2,500 out that bread. She got to pay that money back. There's no coming back. She got to pay that money back because she can't get it forgiven. There's no way. All right. But anyway, hope this information helped you out. Hope this was very informative to you. Thanks for watching. If you would like to know your FICO scores and what's on your reports from all three bureaus, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, click the credit monitoring link in the description below. If you would like to make $500 to $1,000 plus per week utilizing your vehicle on your own time, click the Wealth Dasher link in the description below. If you don't have a vehicle or you don't want to use your own vehicle, then click the Wealth Hire Car link in the description below. And that way you can hire a car and use that vehicle to then Wealth Dash and make $500 to $1,000 plus per week on your own time. If you want to know how I got 5 properties for $5,500, click the Be Free link in the description below. If you would like to get cash back while shopping online, click the Cashback link in the description below. Like, share the video, comment below, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to It's Oasis, and until the next video, let's get this money.